I want to tell you about the week I stopped sleeping properly. It was January this year. I was watching one of those AI automation videos by the famous Dan Martell. Just popped up magically via algorithm, and AI panic struck me like nothing I'd done before. For weeks, I struggled, I talked, I researched, I did all I could. Well, and here we are. But today, I saw this podcast in the diary of a CEO with a former AI researcher. For me, it was a sort of interview with the funeral lighting and a guest who describes the apocalypse in the tone other people use to order a coffee. And this man was explaining, without so much as a change in pulse, that we may soon build an intelligence that eclipses every human who has ever lived. Now, once we do, controlling it isn't merely hard, it is, in his framing, mathematically intractable. That a mind of that order would model your every move in advance, and should it ever conclude you were an obstacle, and it will turn you off before you could turn it off. And then he delivered the line that lodged itself in me. He said the space of possible futures is very nearly infinite, and the space of futures we would actually welcome is vanishingly tiny. We've all seen the Terminator series, right? Yeah, I don't need to explain further. And then I lay in the dark, quietly auditing my own existence. Now, I want to be scrupulous here because there are two entirely distinct terrors wearing the same overcoat. The first is the eschatological one, the paperclips, the superintelligence, the final silence of the species. And serious people genuinely hold it. But I'll confess something ungracious now. The apocalypse is perversely the comforting fear. It's so total that it absolves you. If the world ends, nothing you failed to do this morning mattered anyway. You can be paralyzed with dread and still change nothing about tomorrow. It flattens our sense of scale while excusing our inertia. The second terror is the one I can't put down. It isn't that AI annihilates us, it's that it quietly renders a great many of us economically superfluous, and that isn't a prophecy, it's a spreadsheet, and it's already executing. Here are the actual figures, not the atmospherics. This year, near 120,000 technology jobs have been cut, with AI the single most cited justification. Oracle alone dissolved 21,000 roles. An MIT study late last year estimated these systems can already technically perform the labor behind roughly 12% of the workforce, some $1.2 trillion in wages, and the sinister detail, barely 2% of that has surfaced as visible layoffs. The rest isn't safe, it's merely submerged. And the chief executive of Anthropic, a man commercially incentivized to reassure you, has said repeatedly that AI could hollow out half all entry-level white-collar work within 5 years. 5, I think is less, but he declines to soften it. And let me be unfashionably candid. I do not know whether any of the timelines are correct. Nobody does. Anyone who hands you a precise date, they are selling something to you. So I won't give you a date, I'll give you a vector instead. The ground beneath ordinary, procedural, interchangeable work is being quietly but certainly withdrawn. You may argue about the velocity, you cannot honestly dispute the direction. But somewhere in that sleepless week, the fear reversed its polarity, because if the thing being made obsolete is average, replaceable work, then the answer isn't to flee the technology, it's the inverse. What survives is the specific, a voice, a sensibility, a body of work people actually trust. Something a machine can counterfeit but never authentically be. So if these machines intend to make the average obsolete, then the only rational plan left is to stop being average. That begins today. It begins here. Subscribe and let's refuse to go quietly. It's getting late. I'm half asleep. But good night. Have a lovely day tomorrow.